What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more laddering. This week we've been playing all the Gen 4 restricted mons, and we're going to finish it out with some more Dialga. So let's just jump in. If you didn't watch the last video where we played this team, make sure you go and do that. It's been a fun time. I know Aaron Zhang has been playing Dialga this past week as well, and it's been impressive. As we go against top 2,000 player here, way higher than we, but it's alright. They're playing Xerneas and Indeedee, so they're going to do their thing, and ultimately, I don't really care about their thing. If they do their thing, that means we can do our thing. And just set up a trick room and blow them up. The Glastrier beats up the... I think we need like Rotom here to round this out, because that gives us a counter to the why do I want Rotom? Actually thinking about this, like, it's good for Ensign, but Glastrier also is. We really need a counter to specifically the Gastrodon. I really don't have anything for it. So maybe we just bring our own Lando here and get off a couple Intimidates on their Dorkos if needed. So let's see what we do here. Let's see what we do. Hopefully they just lead Indeedee plus Xerneas and we go, LOL, here's my trick room, here's my horse. And it's Xerneas and Indeedee. Sure, do your thing. I don't care. Because I'm going to spore the Indeedee and set up a trick room. And that should be all she wrote. Because Dialga just sits in front of this thing and doesn't really care about what it's doing. So let's see. We're going to click this button. We're going to click this button. And the next turn we can clear Smog plus Flash Cannon the Dork. And that probably is going to take care of the Xerneas at that point. Oh no, not a Geomancy. How do we ever beat this? How will we ever beat this? I actually haven't seen this Geomancy animation. It's pretty sick. Pretty good. I'll give it that. Alright. Take a nap. Night night. And trick room. What do they have here in the back? Probably gonna see like Gastrodon come in. What if we do this? Actually, do I even care? Like, what if we just Flash Cannon and clear Smog it? I bet they protect this turn. What's the chances that Xerneas is even carrying Protect, actually? Actually thinking about this. Like, if they switch it out, then their setup was for nothing. And then we're in a really good position. Indeedee obviously is going to be asleep this turn, so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, just going to withdraw the Xerneas. That's really good for us. Going to bring out Ensign. Okay. Well, that's going to take a nap next turn. And actually, what's really good about this is they're getting their Intimidate off on my Dialga and not my Glastrier. So, that's really good. So now, let's just go into Glastrier here. And let's protect this turn. Because I have a feeling there's going to be a fake out into that slot. And going into Glastrier means that we don't care about a fake out into that slot. Protect means that we're going to ignore the chip if there is some onto the Amoonguss. Yeah, we're gonna see a Snarl. That's also fine. Probably need to deal with this in DD at some point, but, you know, honestly, why don't we just deal with it now? And then we can put this Incineroar asleep. If Indeedee wakes up and goes for Follow Me, then it's going to get put back to sleep. There's a decent chance that this thing is Focus Sash on this team. Like, looking at the rest of their team, what would be Focus Sash? I'm going to bring out the Gastrodon. Okay. So what is their Dynamax target? Probably just his Gastrodon? But we don't really care about that. Yep, gonna see a Protect. Okay. Well, that means Gastrodon's going to sleep. This is just the power of Amoonguss. Just immediately shutting things off. Do not care about them. And we didn't see Psychic Seed. And now they're not sashed. And if they are, we don't care. So I think at this point I'm going to switch Amoonguss out, bring back in Dialga, so we can potentially set up another Trick Room here in the near future, because currently we have the last turn of Trick Room. I wonder if Steel Spike is enough. Actually, I think Quake is the play here, because they could switch this out into Incineroar, and then we just body them. And we'll go into Dialga here. Plus, we're going to get a special defense boost in front of a Gastrodon that most likely is going to be their Dynamax target. And if they do try to bring back out the Xerneas and Dynamax it, then, well, we're going to be at +1 special defense on both our Glastrier and our Dialga. Feels pretty okay by me. Out goes Indeedee, in comes Ensign. Yep, that's fine. I bet this Quake is enough. They're going to go for the double. That's really good for us in all actuality. Means they're not actually accomplishing anything this turn. Yeah, Quake is not quite enough, but we do get the special defense boost, and that's the important part there for me. Alright, so according to this, Dialga is the fastest thing on the field. That feels pretty okay by me. So we'll go for a Hailstorm into the Indeedee. Probably just going to see a Fake Out this turn from the Ensign. But in case not, we'll go for an Earth Power. This is back into Gastrodon. Okay. Yep, we do see the Fake Out there. That's fine. Gastrodon is going to take this Hailstorm. No big deal. Actually, that did way more than I anticipated. I guess it is a neutral hit. And at this point, do I care about Trick Room going back up, or do I just want to beat things down? And I think I'm on the play of stay in and beat things down. Like, if we just double into the Ensign this turn, I have a feeling it goes down. We get played if they have Protect on Ensign, but that is so uncommon that I doubt we're going to see that. Carl and I were actually talking about that yesterday when I was prepping for my Draft League match. I had Protect on Ensign. He's like, dude, that is so uncommon. People are not going to anticipate seeing that. And then the one game I brought in Incineroar just got completely bodied. No Dynamax from the Ensign. Earth Power is going to be enough to pick up the KO there. No Protect either, so that's good. Gastrodon's still sleeping. I doubt this high horsepower is enough to pick up a KO. Nowhere near it. Okay. But that's fine. This is probably going to be... Probably going to see a Dynamax from a Xerneas coming in here shortly. Which makes me kind of want to get Trick Room up. Yeah, this is the Xerneas coming back in. I can't Heavy Slam it. So I'm just going to... I'm going to go for the Trick Room and hope that we can live a max Starfall. I don't think we can in all actuality. We are at +1. That basically negates their Fairy Aura boost. It's a neutral hit. It's stab. Maybe. I don't know. Like, our special defense is really good. And if we can get it, then like we're in such a good position. And if we don't, like we're not in a bad position. I don't want to make it seem like we're in a awful, terrible position here, but if we hit it, then we are golden. No, unfortunately. Oh, Gastrodon, I need you to stay asleep this turn, buddy. Okay, this is fine. Misty Terrain's going to prevent us from falling asleep. So, that's kind of great. And we have Lumberry, so that's even better. Like, we're going to go back to neutral on the Glastrier here. We're going to get Trick Room up. Dialga is going to go down to Hail. Oh, that Clutch Live is real good for us. That's really, really massive. And the Hail ends, that's even better for us. Alright, well, they have Indeedee. A very, very damaged Indeedee. Psychic Train's going to go up, which is going to make Glastrier go back to sleep. But thanks to the Lumberry, that's not going to happen. Icicle Crash is going to be enough to pick up the KO on the Indeedee, pending that we hit it, and if not, Flash Cannon will pick it up. No follow me there. Interesting. Okay, that's a KO. Glastrier is now at +1. And we're at +1 special defense, so like we can take a hit from this Xerneas. Them not having the special defense boosts from the Geomancy means that we can do a ton of damage there with the Life Orb. We should take this, no big deal. We can bring out a Moongus, Rage Powder, plus pick up a KO. All without even showing Landorus. This is a very convincing game, all things considered. Wonder if opponent's going to play this out, if they're going to call it there. Seeing how they're down 3-1 with a very damaged Xerneas. Like, the fact that our opponent literally did nothing on turn 1 or turn 2 just means that we're in such a commanding position so quickly. Yep. and Horse, of course, is enough to pick up the KO. So, pretty convincing game there on in the favor of Dialga versus Xerneas. And honestly, we've talked about this a couple different times, but I think this is the first time I've actually played against Xerneas in this format. It just goes to show you that, like, Geomancy isn't the end-all be-all that it's been in the previous formats, where, okay, you need to have an answer to this. Well, our answer was, let them. Like, it doesn't affect us if they do. The fact that, like, they got their Geomancy off and we trick-roomed in front of them just meant that it didn't matter that they did it. The fact that they immediately then had to switch out so they didn't get put to sleep or even got taken out by the Dialga was just huge for us. I think our play could have been a little tighter with the Amoonguss getting off some more spores if we really needed to. Specifically against, like, the Incineroar, the turn that Xerneas switched out. But at that point, like, what did it actually accomplish? The big thing is that we got in Horse safely after the Incineroar already was in, so it didn't get multiple Intimidates off on us. All right, game number 2. We got a Dialga mirror here. Problem is we don't really have an excellent way of pressuring Dialga. Landorus looks pretty okay. Amoonguss actually looks amazing just to put them asleep. Cinderace might not also be awful. Like, if we lead... The big thing about Dialga is being able to put on a ton of pressure on it early. This might just be a max Landorus game. Like, if we just lead Landorus here and beat them down immediately, we get played by them being able to predict the... Actually, I don't think I like that. Now that I actually look at this, they have double Intimidate. So maybe Cinderace is the play with our own Dialga. Actually, yeah, what happens if we just bring our own Dialga up front here? Like, we have Earth Power on ours for the mirror. We can bring Lando. And I think I like Cinderace. No, I think I like Horse more. Actually, I really like Rotom here. Rotom just ignores the Intimidates. We take neutral hits from the Zapdos. We hit both of their Intimidators super effectively as well. Yeah, I think this is fine. Alright, opponent. What do we got? What do we got? They're going to lead Amoonguss Lando. Okay. It's one of those instances where I really wish we had Protect on Dialga, just so we don't get put to sleep this turn. Because, like, I can Rage Powder, but I think they're going to Rage Powder, meaning I can't Spore, because they're going to Rage Powder, but I want to Rage Powder to prevent them from Sporing. Like, it's this really awkward game. I think the correct answer is Rage Powder and bring in our own Landorus. Get the Intimidate off on theirs, anticipating that... Like, I don't think they Dynamax this early. So far, you know, we're 2 for 2 on Mons that, like, both of us brought. So playing a very close mirror here is really interesting. The big thing is because we didn't lead on our Landorus, we're going to get to keep ours at neutral while theirs is at -1 while they Dynamax it. Probably going to see an Airstream here, but because we're Koba, we should be able to live that, especially since they are at -1. And we get our Rage Powder. They're not Rage Powdering, meaning they're going for the Spore. We eat that up. Incidentally, we would have lived that had we not had the Koba. So that's important to note. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Amoonguss ignores Rage Powder. I'm an absolute idiot. Because now Landorus is asleep for no reason. So yeah, we can... That's really unfortunate. I did not even think about that. Well played from our opponent there. Really well played. Because I have a feeling they were going to airstream the Amoonguss anyway, so we might as well have just gone for the Spore, which is really unfortunate, like that I just did not play that correctly at all. I mean, we're going to be asleep this turn. Yeah, this next airstream is going to take us out. Oh, it's into Landorus. Okay. Well, that means we get to put theirs asleep. So that's cool. Landorus is still faster than their +2 Amoonguss. And they're Lum. No wonder they weren't worried about going for the protect here. I mean, going for the airstreams there. So now we can protect. Honestly, I don't think that actually accomplishes anything. I can go into Dialga. We can potentially try to set up a Trick Room, but I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get that off now. We can go for a U-turn onto the Amoonguss, try to get some chip on it. Like, I have a feeling they're just going to go for another airstream here, but we're definitely not in a good position. Yep, Amoonguss protects. Yeah, the fact that I just completely forgot that Amoonguss ignores Rage Powder just means we should have definitely just gone for the Spore on turn 1. Does Landorus wake up this turn? We do, which is good. I wonder if they just go for, like, Earthquake. So we can go into Rotom. And we can go for a U-turn off the Amoonguss. Like, I wanna be able to cycle and get another Intimidate off, but Amoonguss might be faster than Landorus now. Yeah, Landorus is gonna Swords Dance up in front of our face. He's gonna put them to +1. Interestingly, we are faster. I wonder if they just go for a Spore in that slot and we go into Amoonguss here. No, they Spore the Dialga slot. That's really unfortunate too. Well, now we can go back into Landorus. And we can Clear Smog the Landorus. Probably going to see a Fly from it this turn. Or a Rock Slide. Rock Slide would hurt, but they're going to be at neutral now. They're going to withdraw their Amoonguss, which is actually really good for us, because that means we can actually try to get into a position where we can do something. Alright, your Landorus is back to neutral. Their Landorus is going to go for Fly, meaning they're not going to get hit by this Clear Smog. I honestly don't really like Dynamaxing Landorus here. So what if we just go back into Rotom and go for the Protect this turn? That means whatever they hit isn't going to actually take really any damage. Yeah, set up your reflect. I don't really care about that. Fly into the Amoonguss. That's great. Rotom has not had a turn of sleep yet. So we can go back into Landorus. We can Spore the Grimmsnarl. They could taunt us this turn, which would not be ideal. But now Landorus is at -1. They're going to set up Light Screen. That's fine. So Grimmsnarl is going to go to sleep. We're going to go for a Rock Slide. It shouldn't do too much. Yep. So they're at +3 speed, -1 attack. We can U-turn off the Grimmsnarl. Go for the Spore into Landorus this turn. Try to get... Are they going back into Amoonguss? No, they're going to bring out Zapdos. They didn't bring Dialga, which is good for us. Zapdos can't really hurt Landorus here. Landorus got the flinch, which is whatever. So now, we can go back into Rotom. We can click. We can go into Dialga, because I want to preserve Amoonguss a little bit longer. We have to remember they still have Amoonguss of their own in the back. So we need to be able to play around that and potentially getting more sleep up. I'm going to see the Heat Wave. Avoids on Rotom. Dialga's going to take okay damage here. Nothing too major. They get the burn, which is actually kind of unfortunate. Like, I know we're a special attacker, but that's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to Nasty Plot up in front of their face. I'm going to go for a Draco on the Zapdos. We know their Landorus was Lumberry. So now they're back to +1 attack. Heat Wave is going to connect on both. Rotom, I need you to wake up, buddy. Nope. I need this Draco to do a ton. If we can crit through the screens, that would be great. Nope, not quite a crit, but really good damage nonetheless. Lefty Zapdos. Interesting. So now I'm going to go for another Nasty Plot. We're going to go back into Landorus, get another attack drop on theirs. Oh my lord. This is a very long game to accomplish basically nothing so far. We're just trying to get into a position where we can actually take this game over, but I don't know what that position looks like. That's the hard part about all this. Like Dialga is basically done. Our Dynamax target is probably going to be Rotom because it is the healthiest thing we have currently. But we're asleep. They still have Amoonguss in the back, so even if we do set up Electric Terrain with Rotom, they can just put us back to sleep because we have Levitate. Their Landorus is going back to neutral. This Rock Slide's going to hurt. It does pick up the KO on the Landorus. So, at this point, their Landorus is safe to do whatever they want. Zapdos is going to roost. Does Rotom wake up? That's the important question here. Okay, we wake up, we get the nasty plot off. So now we can bring out a Mungus. And I think we're finally in a position where we can do things. And we can protect this turn. I don't think it was actually correct to protect. I think the Zapdos might protect this turn. Landorus can go for Fly because it's faster than the Rotom. And then this Fly, this Protect accomplishes nothing. I think the correct play this turn was to go for... No, I think this is fine. I don't know, because now they can bring in a Mungus and put Rotom back to sleep, which is really going to be really annoying. Mungus protects. Does Landorus fly? It does. Okay. Called that one correctly. Which means I'm probably switching a Mungus out this turn, going into Dialga and letting Dialga go down. No, we don't pick up the KO on Zapdos. Okay. Well, now Heat Wave's damage is going to be reduced. Do we think we can take a Fly? I think we can. We can Geyser the Lando slot. Actually, what if we go for the double? We could Spore Zapdos. It's kind of a non-issue at this point. I have a Sleep Grimmsnarl in the back, not putting on a ton of pressure against us. Do we Rage Powder? Do we Spore? They could switch Zapdos into Grimmsnarl. Nope. It's going to go for Protect, I think. Going to withdraw the Zapdos, presumably into Grimmsnarl? No, going back into a Mungus. Oh, it eats my input on both, even though I got the Protect in on... Even though I got the attack in on... That's really unfortunate. We live, which is good. Spore the Landorus slot. Probably just going to go for another... Okay, it misses a Mungus, which is actually huge. Because that means Landorus is going to sleep. They're going to Spore Rotom. We're going to Spore Landorus. The fact that we didn't get the Hydro Pump off last turn is really unfortunate. So I think we let a Mungus go down. No. I think we let Dialga go down, so... like, we're just going to Hydro here. And I want a Mungus to get healthy, so we're going to go into Dialga. We're both going to be asleep this turn. And timing out that one turn really is going to hurt us because we didn't get to take out the Landorus. I think had we been able to take out the Landorus, we could have won this game. Pollen Puff the Dialga. It was going to go down anyway. Now we get to bring out the Amoonguss at okay HP. It's not great, but it's okay. Yeah, timing out that one turn is really going to cost us this game, I think. We'll go for the Protect. 3 minutes left until battle ends. Well, we might still be here. We might still actually be here. That's the worst part. Okay, opponent. Alright, come on. Going to withdraw, go into Grimmsnarl. Doesn't really accomplish anything. Hedging against a wake up this turn. Nope. Do we wake up this turn? Because that would be great. Okay. Well, if we wake up this turn and they stay asleep. So we'll go for the Hydro. And we'll go for the Clear Smog and Grimmsnarl. Start chipping it away. If we wake up this turn and they don't, I think we're in a very good position. Problem is they're going to time us out. So we really need to wake up so we can take this Landorus out. The thing is they might switch Landorus out to bring in Amoonguss because Amoonguss plus Grimmsnarl just walls our Rotom right now. Pending that we don't wake up. I just chucked my controller on the floor. Alright, well, Landorus wakes up. Goes for Rock Slide. That's really unfortunate. Puts us in berry range. Do we wake up? Nope. That's really unfortunate. One hit KO this Grimmsnarl somehow. Honestly, not bad damage. Yep, opponent is going to time us out. Man, really close game. I don't know how I could have optimized my play in this game. Like, definitely not going for the Spore on turn 1 cost us, because then we could have ate the Lum, ate the next Airstream, and gone for another Spore. They waste a turn of their Dynamax in the face of Amoonguss, and then we can get Amoonguss out to preserve it for the end game. But like, if they ever crit Amoonguss with an Airstream, we just lose. Yep. Unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate, but it's I don't think I've ever actually timed out in a game. Timing out that one turn also really affected us because we lost the KO on the Landorus. Which I thought the way it worked is because we had the input in for Rotom, we would get that input in, but evidently not. If you time out, it just uses the first move on both, so that's fine. You know, that all things considered, that was an incredibly close game and an incredibly grindy game too. So I'm not upset by the way we played, but there was a couple things that definitely could have been more optimized for us. All right, moving right along, we got Ho-Oh here on the other side. Ho-Oh, Milo, T-Tar, Metagross, Eliki, and Rillaboom. So first things off, I don't want to bring Landorus. It doesn't line up particularly well against Milo. It has Clear Body on the Metagross, so we don't get to affect it. But then, at the same time, like, it lines up insanely well against Ho-Oh, and Tyranitar, and Rillaboom. So maybe there is an argument to bring Landorus here. What if we do, like... What if we do, like, Cinderace and Amoonguss up front with Dialga and Landorus in the back? We have to watch out for Eliki, but we have Amoonguss. to redirect the hit on turn 1. And then we can Airstream and be faster than the Eliki. Glastrier looks really impressive here. Maybe it's actually better than Dialga. Yeah, I actually really like Glastrier here. Like, we need to watch out for Ho-Oh, but that's what we have Landorus, and, like, that's what we have Landorus for, so let's try it. Alright, last game of the day, last game of Gen 4 week, so let's see how this one goes. Milo, Ho-Oh. Okay. I think that's probably the start I anticipated, to be 100% honest. I think I just want to immediately Dynamax, go for an Airstream into this Ho-Oh. And Spore the Milo. Can we live a max... Can we live a max fire from Ho-Oh? Honestly, probably not. But, like, we don't really have any better options. Amoonguss, you might be going down here, buddy. Hopefully they go for Airstream to match ours. Or maybe they just don't even Dynamax here. Milo is going to put on a little bit of pressure against this Cinderace because it is going to take so many hits from us. They're going to max the Ho-Oh, it looks like. Yep. So that's cool. I wonder if we live a max Flare. Probably not, right? Just because we are Koba. That might be an incentive to put Focus Sash on this thing. Pretty good damage on the Ho-Oh. All things considered, that's really good damage. Oh, we crit. No wonder. No wonder. They're going to go for their own Airstream into Cinderace, who does not take that particularly well. Oh, they also crit us back. Great. Muddy Water's going to take out Cinderace. Yep, unfortunately, I think we maxed the wrong Mon. I think we might have maxed the wrong Mon here, guys. It's like, I don't want to bring in Landorus, but I think Landorus is our best switch in here. Because now they're going to get their competitive boost on this Milo. But now Ho-Oh's going to go to -1. So as long as Milo stays asleep for a little bit, we can be fine. We'll just fire off a Rock Slide. And fire off a... Oh, we can just Clear Smog the Milo. What am I worried about? We can just wipe those stat boosts right off. Flare into Amoonguss. Probably don't take that. Oh, Amoonguss, you're amazing, dude. You are absolutely... you are just astounding every time. Milo stays asleep. So we're going to get a big Rock Slide off here. Real good damage on that Ho-Oh. And we're going to get a Clear Smog onto the Milo to get rid of those special attack boosts and the speed boost. So we can go for another Rock Slide here. And I think I'm fine letting Amoonguss go down. So we can just Rage Powder to redirect this last hit from the Ho-Oh. Safety Goggles Amoonguss. I mean, Safety Goggles Ho-Oh. We missed the Milo, but we pick up the KO on the Ho-Oh. Even at -1, granted that was a sun boosted max flare, but that did so much to us. Alright, opponent, what do we got? What do we got? T-Tar is gonna get rid of the sun, which is kind of not great. I wonder if this is policy on the T-Tar. I kind of don't want to find out. Let's go into Glastrier. I want to preserve Amoonguss for a little bit longer if possible. Tyranitar's going to go for a Protect. That's completely fine. Get the U-turn off into the Milo. Do a little bit of chip. Going back into Amoonguss, who should be able to take anything from the Milo if they do wake up this turn. Nope, that's fine. Okay. So, Sandstorm damage all around. So now we can switch Amoonguss back out into Landorus, get the Intimidate off on the Tyranitar. No, that's really, 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 really bad because Milo is going to wake up this turn. So we can protect the Amoonguss. I wonder what does more. Just pull up the calculator real quick. See base damage of what does more. Heavy Slam is base 80, convert to high horsepower. High horsepower is base 95. So yeah, high horsepower is the better play here. No accuracy drops. Rock Slide, gonna connect with the Glastrier. And do okay damage. Nothing to write home about. No policy? No policy? Dang it! That's really unfortunate. Really, really, really unfortunate. Because I can't switch in Landorus because then they get a competitive boost. So I need to Spore this and protect this. Hope somehow they miss like the Rock Slide and Muddy Water onto the Amoonguss this turn. Like, them just going for spread attacks is actually really smart on their behalf because it just mitigates the potential of Rage Powder. Okay. Missed the Rock Slide. Nope. No miss. So this is really unfortunate because we're going to give the Milo a competitive boost. Man, that's really unfortunate. Them being policy T-Tar. Opponent, like this Milo, I said in team preview that it was going to be a problem for us if they brought it. And they definitely brought it. And it has been nothing but a thorn in my side this entire time. We're faster. We're the fastest thing on the field. I wonder if Stab Earthquake is enough to pick up a KO here. We're going to probably lose Glastrier. That's the problem. So we have to go for the double here. Yeah, T-Tar is going to protect. Come on, Glastrier. I need you to hit this protect, buddy. Nope. Well, Glastrier is dead. We pick up the Milo, which is good. What is their last, though? That's the real question. Oh, that's really not great. Because that reduces my damage from EQ. And we're dead to Fake Out plus Rock Slide, Grassy Glide. Yeah. Really, really interesting game. And I think we definitely fumbled by maxing the Cinderace on 1. And we preserved the Dynamax for like Glastrier after the Ho-Oh's Dynamax was over. I think we could have been in an okay position. But honestly, looking at this, like, Safety Goggles Ho-Oh was insanely good there for us. Just means that the Amoonguss was completely invalidated against it. And they have Earthquake. That's so sick. Never saw the berry on Milo. We never got it in berry range before we took it out. Icy Wind, yeah, pretty standard Milo. Pretty standard T-Tar. Brick Break's interesting. Ironhead Bullet Punch. This is a Metagross. I don't know if I agree with that one, but it's definitely a Metagross. Specs Eliki. Okay. And they did have the Fake Out. And Assault Vest. Yep. Yeah, interesting game there. So final thoughts on the team. Moving forward, I think the first thing that's important to note, moving forward, I don't think Cinderace is correct in that slot. And it was something that Angelo and myself kind of talked about. The rest of the team felt very cohesive. Cinderace just felt completely out of place, and I'm curious as to if just Incineroar is better in that slot. It doesn't line up well against like the Disquake things we're trying to do next to Dialga with Rotom and Landorus, but I think having the potential for like Parting Shot and Fake Out would really help this team out a lot. So I'd be interested in coming back to this at some point with either Incineroar or just some other fire type in that slot, because Cinderace just never really accomplished anything. Dialga felt amazing. I would change Draco Meteor to Thunder after playing this set. Draco Meteor just never really felt impactful, and I think being able to completely shut down opposing Kyogres with it, with having Thunder, would really just put this team over the top. We had, I believe it was a match today. Was it today? I don't remember. I've played a lot of games with this team over the last couple days, and multiple times where I wish we had. No, it was in one of my games this morning before I was recording. Had we had Thunder on Dialga, we could have easily dealt with Kyogre and then be able to come in and deal with the Kartana in the back. But because we let Kyogre sit around, Dialga took a lot of damage early, and as a result, we never were able to capitalize and punish the Kartana in the end game. So I think turning Cinderace into Incineroar would also help against Kartana in that matchup, because that is a super common core of Kyogre, Tornadus, and Kartana, because the rain really does help Kartana a ton. I could also see turning Cinderace into Heatran, and like having Shuka Berry Heatran. It really impressed me on the Giratina team we played earlier in the week, so I'd be interested in trying that as well. Glastrier by far has just impressed me in this format time and time again. Lumberry was very good for us in the games that we got to actually do the thing, and I think I would switch Amoonguss to Focus Sash. Amoonguss is already incredibly bulky, but there are just some hits that we cannot take. There are some max hits that we just cannot take. And so being able to take those and then get a Spore off, or take those and then get out and get the Regenerator going again, would just be so good for us. So a few minor tweaks I would make. Rotom felt very good. Nasty Plot was insanely good multiple times for us. Landorus, I'm not sure if we want the U-turn, but it felt fine a couple different times. So past that, this team felt very fun. Definitely a fan of Dialga in this current format, and I'm looking forward to coming back to this at some point after we've gotten through all of the restricted bonds. So that's going to be it for this week, everyone. I believe next week we are going to be doing the rest of Gens 1 through 3 with Mewtwo, Lugia, and Rayquaza. So look forward to those. If you have teams for those, please put those over in the Discord in the Team of the Week section or Littleroot Laddering on Discord, because we are desperately looking for teams so we can play some more restricted bonds. So that's going to be it, everyone. Have a fantastic week. Peace.